Good evening from the Arizona desert. My name is Tom and I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona, and this is another episode of the nightly DoorDash numbers from the desert. We're going to change things up just slightly, kind of lay out a little vision map as to where we're going to take this channel. But let's go over the numbers first. Today I woke up, I think it was 6:25. I didn't really start in my zone until 6:45, so we were all automatically $15 in the hole. Well, if you've been watching this channel, you know that DoorDash kind of keeps you around that $20 per hour rate in my market. I don't know what it is in your market, but unless you start early and you end late, you really don't have much of a chance of making over that $20 an hour as a full-time dasher. And I put a little pep in my step today. I ran a little hard, but I also was doing research and things that were kind of slowing me down. I was in a lot of live chats and that type of stuff. So really wasn't running as fast as I possibly could, but you can see that I should have been at about 3:45 because of the $15 that I started out in the hole. So I was able to make back those $15 and actually bump it up to about $20, but still only throwing me $5 over the $20 market cap. Ultimately, I'm pleased. As long as I'm not making less than the $20 an hour, I'm okay. The ultimate goal was, or I should say the minimum goal is to make 270, so I'm well above that. The average goal was 360, and actually I think the average for a Wednesday was like 375 so far this year. So we really didn't come in that low. We're right in the ballpark. But knowing what your numbers are on a specific day really helps, because it kind of shows you what you should be making. So looking at our numbers, right now, currently, we're at 1150.52 for the week, with 364.38 for today. I declined, looks like about 10 offers. Was getting a lot of trash today, but like I mentioned before, when you do 40 deliveries a day, or 38 in this case, it takes 2.5 days to rotate through those 100 AR points. And so I'm probably around 80 something. I'll go take a look at that in just a second. But I've got plenty of room to play with. And it's just not a punishment for full-time dashers, where it is for part-time dashers who are working, 10 hours a day or less, or 10 hours a week, that they're just really not out here putting up the numbers, and therefore it takes a long time to cycle through those 100 AR points. So let's go take a look at the rest of the numbers. Let's go take a look at our ratings. Currently we're at an 84 acceptance, 100 CR, 100 on time, 5.0 customer rating, 1088 for 30 days, and 4876 is what we're currently at for our lifetime deliveries. I'm not shopping, so I'm not a pro shopper, and I haven't turned on shopping since October 15th. I haven't turned on alcohol since October 15th. And don't know that I'm going to be turning it on in the near future. So looking at our earnings, currently they still have not fixed the problem. It's showing bogus numbers. Looking at this week, we've done 131 deliveries so far, and going into today, it's going to error out. There it is. And currently we did do 38 deliveries. 42 deliveries with 38 offers. So we're still at the roughly 40 deliveries, per day. Like I mentioned yesterday, I think last year was about 34. This year, they bumped me up over 40. So, looking at today, 131.19 was the DoorDash pay, 233.19 was the customer tips, and you can see I started my dash at 6:25. I paused my dash, did what I needed to do at the house to get ready, migrated over to my zone, so I didn't really get my first offer until about 6:45. That is a problem area. That is something that I need to work on. I'm just burning the candle at both ends. I'm trying to get stuff done at night. I'm physically exhausted, getting 2-3 hours of sleep. So, and whenever I fall asleep in a horizontal position, a lot of times, because I was in the service, I don't hear when I have an ear to the pillow, mainly from being around jet aircraft and whatnot. So a lot of times I may take a nap at my desk and sitting upright inside of a chair, and then I have the alarms, and it's a lot easier for me to wake up. Where are we going with this channel? Right now I'm kind of going through that. Is it going to work? Isn't it going to work? But there's this natural draw, 48,000 deliveries, the number of hours that I put in, the number of for earnings that I make. The question is, how do you make the thumbnails, the hashtags, put your information in front of the right crowd to entice them to come take a look at a video, to like it, to subscribe, likes, comments, etc., to show that people are engaged and want to see more and more and more of your content. I've religiously put out, 1 to 2 videos per day. I'm considering doing lives in the evening when I get home and working with the numbers on a regular basis. I did research today for putting in dash cams inside of the vehicle. We're looking at possibly a 4-channel system that's going to have front, back, 2 side, one on the driver, one on the passenger side. Getting a new tablet, mounting that on the dash, so then we'll have that, a laptop, we'll have the cell phone inside of the car. Might need to have a hotspot, not sure. I'm interested in the Starlink. We might be going down that path as well. Hopefully a lot of that stuff will be purchased and in place possibly by my birthday. I'm not sure. But yeah, we're experimenting with StreamYard. We've purchased the membership for that in order to be able to have multiple, camera views, channels, make it look professional, bring on guests, all sorts of stuff. Once we get up to 500 members, subscribers, and then I think it's 4,000 watch hours, that opens up the door for, possibly doing memberships and different levels there with different content. Merchandise can be done, super chats, all that type of stuff. So a lot of doors can be opened up. We've done the journey through the desert. We're doing the nightly numbers through the desert. We're doing tracking, get the numbers. There's going to be, possible lives on a regular basis. Got to find a good time there that kind of meshes in with John and Aaron and Craig and Sean, to try and make this into a constant flow. So right now, coming home late at night, it's just really putting the content there. Even if people don't pop in to be on the actual live, the content will be there inside of the live section. We're talking about doing playlists of all 52 weeks with the earnings, and then maybe doing a weekly recap, looking at the spreadsheet, and looking at a monthly recap, possibly a quarterly recap, and just making those into playlists that people can go look at, week 26 and go through, 7-8 videos to actually see the numbers and get a message, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of potential growth. We're talking about getting out of debt. We're talking about leadership. We're talking about mentoring. We're talking about strategies for DoorDash. There's just all sorts of different things. Commentary on events inside of the gig community, DoorDash. There's a plethora of things that we can do. So stay tuned. We're working on all that as far as a vision. And it's going to be a fun ride. It's just finding the time. And I think getting the laptop into the car is going to help to push projects over the finish line and get things done faster. Then money flows in. We have to do accounting, and we have to look at outsourcing some of this stuff, moderators. We have to look at people possibly to do thumbnails. A whole plethora of things. Try to stay ahead of the whole entire message. So, all right, we've gone past 12:30, so we can actually cash out. So we're going to go to the fast pay, cash out $364.38. We're going to end that. Money's in my account. Bam, thank you. And with that, I'm going to go inside and jump on the computer and possibly start a live. I'm not sure yet. I've got some numbers that are missing that I've got to do some math and look at screenshots and log that stuff. And so probably have an hour and a half of time that I can spend on that type of stuff. So if you watch this and then you see me live, feel free to pop in. Otherwise, it's just going to be me working on numbers and talking about what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. So hopefully you had a good night. I've heard that things are slowing down. They're not in my market. Hopefully for you, they aren't as well. Stay safe out there in the snow. If you've got snow in your area, I know some of the rates, some of the offers have been outrageous that I've seen on some other channels, and I'm guessing that that's because of a lack of dashers, that people are willing to pay, they don't want to go out into the elements, etc., etc. That's all well and good, but safety is paramount, and safety is an attitude. So keep the proper mindset, be safe out there, make sure you've got all the equipment in case you get stuck, you've got resources, and go make the money. So with that, I'm going to end this and go inside, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, and we'll go. Have a great night.